I'm Karen McConnell from KA Equestrian, and this is the video for the horse bloggers from Haynet video challenge. So the premise of this challenge is that some of us bloggers that are part of the horse bloggers movement were to give each other 5 questions that they wanted us to ask, and we would video it and publish it. So that's what I'm doing today. So I've been paired up with the lovely Kirsty Pearce from Equispire, and she has sent me 5 really interesting questions actually, so I'm looking forward to sharing my answers with you. Okay, so the first question is, with exciting changes ahead at KA Equestrian and Cattleman Clan for 2018, what is the one new challenge that you are looking forward to the most? Wow, there's a huge amount of change happening in my life at the minute. I think what happened, to give a bit of context, what happened at the end of last year was I got quite ill. I ended up with pneumonia, and I think what was frightening for me about that was the fact that, not that I was ill because I knew that I would get better and that would be fine, but it was that I hadn't really been listening to my body and hadn't noticed that I had got that ill until it was really too late. I kept saying, God, I'm really tired, and I've kind of lost my mojo a wee bit, and it hadn't occurred to me that I had lost my mojo because I wasn't well. So I think what that has caused me to do is have a bit of a rethink about my life, the things that are in it, and how I make it a little bit more balanced. So what came of that kind of sort of reflection was that this goal I had of becoming a real top level dressage rider was one that I was maybe not 100% committed to. It was something that I was putting a huge amount of time into every day, and I had 3 beautiful horses from Loughlin Stud, a local dressage stud, who had given me the opportunity to ride these wonderful horses and to produce them and take them out competing. And it occurred to me that that this is maybe not a dream that I longer wanted, and I think at somewhere along the line it had become not my dream but something that I had to do. So to give myself the opportunity to think, actually, I might not want to do that anymore, that has really turned my life on its head. So what's come of that is that KA Equestrian is changing. Well, it's not changing, it's exactly the same as it was, except minus the competitive nature that was an element of it. And it was actually taking up a huge amount of my day for very little sort of, sort of reward, if you like. So KA Equestrian going forward, there's going to be a big push on the academy this year. So I am a BD accredited coach, and I want to definitely do more coaching, but I'm also going to be creating some online courses, which I think will really help a lot of different of my clients certainly that I've got already, and other people out there that we can certainly make that available to other people too. So that's one thing I'm really excited about for KA Equestrian. And then for Cattleman Clan. So Cattleman Clan's this new lifestyle blog that I've set up. Really excited about that. Not really so much for any sort of great purpose, other than it gives me an outlet somewhere that I can write about anything lifestyle related. So there's so many things that I love in addition to horses that I didn't really have anywhere to express that, if you like. Blogging and writing is something that I've really grown to love, and vlogging as well, and I think it's really exciting to have somewhere else to be able to channel all that kind of stuff into. So there's loads planned for Cattleman Clan, but essentially that's really my anchor. The Cattleman Clan is going to force me to pay attention to other parts of my life as well, and it's just going to be documented there really, so I'm really excited about that. Okay, so question 2 was, in your very busy working schedule, it amazes me at how you achieve and keep a great work-life balance. What is your secret to staying so organised? Well, I think I probably answered that in the first question, is that I probably didn't have a great balance, really. I was achieving an awful lot and producing a huge amount of content. So for those of you who know me only through social media and things, it would certainly appear that I was a high achiever. I was doing lots and lots of things, producing a lot of content, and I guess the way things are edited, it makes it seem like it's a lot more balanced than it is in reality. And I think that's what I've discovered in the last few months, is that balance is something that I really crave and that I really want to create for myself. In terms of being organised, I mean, you have to be. I am a mum of 2 young kids. I run a business. We're about to launch a new business. I've got the 2 blogs and vlogs. We have got 70 acres of land here to manage. There's a huge amount in our lives, and without organisation, it just all falls apart. So I am an extremely organised person. I love a list. I have... In fact, this camera is balancing on them at the moment, but I have two diaries that I work from, essentially. One is a week to view diary that has all my appointments and things like that in it. The other one is a page to view diary, and that is my daily to-do list book. So in every day I have a task list to get through, and there's nothing more rewarding for me than scoring it off, ticking it off to say that it's complete. I also have a larger task list that runs constantly. So big projects, things that I want to do that certainly can't be done in an afternoon or whatever, they go on the big task list, which then eventually sort of works its way into the daily to-do list. I plan all my social media content and blog content. I do that probably a month in advance. I don't always complete all the tasks, but all the planning's done, so I know exactly what it is that I need to do by any given date, and that makes a massive difference for me. So yeah, organisation is definitely essential in order for me to do what I do. Okay, question number 3 is, one of your many strings to your bow is a riding coach by day. You also mentioned in one of your blogs that before setting up KA Equestrian, you organised various summer projects to help young people with learning difficulties. Your love of helping people achieve great things is a really obvious personal quality that you hold. What would you say was your strongest personal quality? Oh gosh, that's a really tough question to answer, isn't it? And I think, it requires you to be incredibly self-aware. You're always very quick to say what your sort of challenges are, your downfalls are. But what are my strengths? My strongest personal quality. I think I'm a doer. I love planning, and I love to a degree. I don't plan the minutiae of everything. I am a big thinker. I like to think of things as in on a grand scale. My husband Chris, he is meticulous about detail. I have broad strokes. So I think between the two of us, I think it's a good quality for me to have for us. But I think it makes me very driven, and it makes me get up in the morning and go. I think there's not a huge amount of just hanging about for me. I'm always busy. I'm always productive, and as I've commented earlier, there's definitely balance to be had there, and that's what I'm working on, is being able to sit down at night and be unproductive, but not fall asleep. That's my challenge. But yeah, certainly I think I get things done. Okay, question number 4. Your beautiful yard always looks immaculate. What is the secret to keeping everything looking so tidy and organised? Well, it's not immaculate. Definitely not. Again, I think this is maybe certainly social media has a lot to play in that sort of that. People think that it might be immaculate, and as far as yards go, it's pretty organised and tidy. And I think as a yard owner, I hope that I'm fair and easy to be with. But definitely, I think that there's 3 things that I ask of my clients when they come, and the first one is that they pay. The second one is that they're friendly and they're nice to their fellow liveries, and the third one is that they tidy up after themselves. Now, it doesn't always happen, but I think that it takes management, and I think when you're sharing it's not just me on the yard. If it was me on the yard, it would be like my home is. It would be ordered and organised. But I share it with other people, and there's definitely, I've learned to be a little bit more flexible than I probably would be by nature. But yeah, it takes management. It takes reminding people when they leave a big trail of dirty bedding from their stable to the muck. You can always know who it is because the trail leads to their stable. So it's reminding people of that when it slips a little, and keeping it on point. But I don't think there's any easy answer to that one. It's tough when you're sharing a yard with other people. And last question number 5 is, KE Equestrian provides us with Top Tip Tuesday. What would your top tip be to a budding entrepreneur? Gosh, now, if you're watching this, then I would imagine that you are an equestrian. I can't imagine for a second that this will have reach without that sphere, because we're all equestrians. That's why we're here. So to be like an equestrian entrepreneur, I'm on top tip. I think it is the doing. I think, yes, that there's absolutely a role to play for planning and knowing where you're going with things, but I think if you don't ever do the doing, if you don't make things happen, you don't take action, you don't take a leap and try something, then it'll never happen, is the bottom line. And I think I've learned so much from just doing. And quite often it's what I shouldn't be doing, but that's so valuable. And I think if you tried to make it all happen on paper and then put it into action, one, you'd never get there because there's too many eventualities or things that you could never account for, and two, you would be so disappointed and shocked when you actually get on to the doing that it doesn't go by the book. And I think so you just have to get in, roll your sleeves up, work hard, and make it happen. Be very clear on where you're going, and just strive to get there. And then make sure you have you're surrounded by people who believe in you and who support your dream, because there is nothing more sort of demotivating than having people constantly pop in your bubble, because and I think that, for me as a dreamer, that can happen frequently, not so much now because I'm surrounded by people who are behind me 100%, but certainly, if you dream big, people don't think that's realistic, and they like to tell you that. So I would avoid those people at all costs, block it out as much as possible, stay focused, but in the real world, don't try and pretend that it's something that it's not, but get stuck in, do and learn. I hope that's been really interesting. There were some great questions. Thank you, Kirsty. And if you get a chance, please watch Kirsty's questions too. I've sent her 5 questions to answer, which I think I'll be intrigued to hear.